Hello there, gamers. Welcome to the stream. It's great to see you all here. Go ahead and turn down the friendly creatures a bit more. But thank you for showing up. It's great to have you here if you are around. I'm currently playing some more modded Skyblock. I've been doing this for the past little while, so I'm just gonna get into it, see how it goes, and hopefully ends up going well. We'll see. Alright, let me check my audio here really quick. Still connected to my earbuds. It isn't. No, that's not great. It doesn't seem like you can hear anything. Let me check it on here. Great, it doesn't. Oh, it's working fine. My phone is just being stupid. I'm disconnected to the earbud. I'll put this away. What's going on? Thank you. Anyways, hello and welcome to the stream. Hope you are all doing well today. Let's go ahead and get started. So last we left off, there's a good bit of stuff we were doing. The most important thing we need to do right now is make some more iron. Essentially, at the moment, we are trying to automate some wood collection. Let's see, we're doing okay on coal, that should be fine. The reason for that is a mix of different things. One of them is just straight up we want more wood. We want to have a decent mix of wood all the time, so you can see I got most of the vanilla trees here. Let's see, are there any we are missing at the moment? I feel like there's something, I just can't think of it right now. We have oak, dark oak, spruce, birch, acacia, jungle, cherry. Let's see. There's all the vanilla ones. Okay, good to know. But with mods, you can see there's quite a bit more. We'll have to see which we want to make. I think we are probably going to be skipping. These are all from the same mod. Jeez. Tree pollination. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay. Anyways, I don't know how many of these we are going to end up actually making. I know that most of them are going to be pretty unnecessary. We won't specifically need them, but we'll see how it goes. Essentially, in order to actually automate those, we need to make a ton of hoppers. That is the main thing. You might have saw in those we had a good amount of chests, or sorry, that's not the right thing. We had these little pots. Essentially what we're able to do with those pots is we are able to use those to automate the collection of wood, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and actually get it set up. One other thing we are going to have to do is put some blocks over these so what's happening right now doesn't happen, because you can kind of see how each of these is filled up with water. We don't exactly want that, so I don't have any wood on me right now, but I will try and get that figured out in just a second once I place all of these in here. Alright, so let's try and get this figured out. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more wood from our chests, see if we can do anything about that. We've got 8 viewers right now, that's pretty good. Hey guys, how are you doing? Good to see so many people here. Anyways, we are going to... I'm not sure if I cannot do slabs with that, but that's fine. Okay, we are gonna go ahead and place some blocks over top all of these, just to try and get to start working. There's not one place there. Okay. And then I am gonna have to replace all of these barrels to get the water out of them. Okay. So let's take a look and see what happens, because essentially what should work... Still growing? They are still growing. We're gonna wait for these for a second, wait for them to finish growing completely. And once they're done, what we should hopefully see happen is the... Oh, did we do this? I don't think we did do this. One moment. Yeah, we did not set this up completely correctly, and we already put some items away that'll let us get... start working. So let's go ahead and do this. We are going to need our wrench back really quick. One thing I want to see is if this mod has cabinets. It doesn't look like it. I know there is a mod somewhere, I don't know specifically what it's called, that has 2-block tall cabinets, which are essentially the same as double chests, except they're vertical. Doesn't look like this one happens to have it, but that's fine. It looks like we missed it. It does have the items stored in there though, so let's go ahead, do this and see what happens. Okay, unfortunately it doesn't look like that worked. I was kind of expecting that, so I'm not going to complain about it. So there's a couple of things we can do as alternatives. Let's go ahead and try something that I expect will work a bit better. So if we go ahead and place some chests down on some of these. That's not enough wood for all of them, but that's okay. If we do this, it won't be perfect, but it will start producing some logs into here. At the moment, it doesn't look like you actually have produced any leaves, but we're going to wait and see if that changes. This should probably end up being more convenient anyways, but we're going to just keep waiting on this. Let's see, I'm trying to think at the moment to see if there's any better option than what I'm thinking of doing right now. Alright, let's see. Did any of these end up with leaves? No, not quite. That's okay though. I'm gonna go ahead and use some more wood to make some chests for these last two. Is that just condensed planks? I don't need those. I also would like to have these separate. Okay, well, at the very least, we're starting to make a bit of wood. I just want to go ahead and look at the botany pots really quick. I want to see if there is... Let's see, the item becomes effectively useless when used by players, negates durability damage when used. Okay, that's not super useful. There's a waxed botany pot. I don't know what exactly that does. The main thing I want to do, I want to find if there is really any way to speed this up. Okay, there is that. Oh, that went all the way down and you can't really see it. If we end up doing the mod that adds Infernium, I think that's Mystical Agriculture, we would be able to get something that speeds it up slightly. Let's see. I don't know. The annoying thing is I just kind of have to wait here for a while for it to actually show all the different types of dirt and stuff in there that could be useful. Because right now it's just going through all of the different like decorated types of dirt. There's so many of those which take up so much of the time. I could look around for things manually, but that is a little bit less convenient. I just want to see all the stuff that actually gives a bonus, please. It's all just a bunch of different types of dirt. I think there's a little bit of dirt. Yeah, because there's what, like, nope, farmland, rich soil farmland, magical farmland, more farmland, and then all the okay. So essentially, if we're able to make farmland, which is actually pretty easy with just the hoe, I can just craft those together to make some farmland. That would be nice. It doesn't say anything about magical farmland. That's okay. Rich soiled farmland is also not really described. So I think the simplest thing to do, honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and make this to convert this. The other thing I am wondering about is this hoe spot. Let's see, I wonder if we were to enchant our hoe with something like fortune, if that would make a difference in what we could get. Does fortune? I don't believe we can put fortune on a hoe. Oh no, we can. Did not mean to do. Oh, I can just right click and turn to farmland. That's convenient. All this stuff. Didn't know I was able to do that. Still nothing in chat, but that's all good. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Let's go ahead and add our next bit, which I think the best way for us to do this is going to be this. We're going to go ahead and put that there. There we go. Alright, so that is going to result in any items that can go into this barrel are going to go straight in there. That is completely fine, because I don't believe there are going to be any items we particularly need other than the wood here. But let's go ahead and get this going. That's not what we want. Let's see. Which was the one that had? This one had an apple. It's a more inconvenient one to do though. Alright, let's do this. That. And that. Alright. Let's just keep doing this for now. And that does end up with one of these barrels, potentially. Did I not right-click this one? No, I didn't. I think I just put it in the wrong order. Anyways, one of these now should not be empty. Yeah, here we go. Okay, it just doesn't update when I hover over it, but it is in fact empty now, so that is completely fine. I also did not disconnect this, so that's part of the issue. Now we just need to make some more item pipes, and that should definitely help. Okay, so think the next thing we might want to do, you know what? It's at botany pots. Let's go ahead and utilize some Google for this. I would like to know. Let's see. Alright, wax botany pots are decorative variant. They're appeal fully grown. Got it. Let's see. What I want to know is the hoe. I'm honestly not sure. Oh, is that what it is? No, it doesn't decrease the growth time. Huh, I'm honestly not exactly sure what it is. A little bit weird, honestly. I am not sure, but this is working. We are getting some wood. I would like to do something more. I'm just not entirely sure. Let's see. Okay, here we go. They have a 100% yield. The yield can be modified by soils, tools, and other factors. For example, tools with fortune or looting will give 10% yield for each level of enchantment. Okay. Got it. So that is something that helps out. The question is it worth doing at the moment? I'm not sure it is, just because we don't even have iron tools. I don't know if it's going to be worth using our time to do a bunch of enchanting tools. So I think we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and keep working on this. I'm going to need to make some more item pipes. I do have a couple. Should be enough for those. And let me check what saplings I do have. I do have mineral, which might be worth doing. Let's go and check pots for this. It doesn't look like it actually has a pot recipe. That's completely fine though. How about these? These have a pot recipe. No, they do not. Okay. We don't have any other saplings right now that we can do this for. That's completely fine. I'll just go ahead and set these ones up for now, and that should work. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed with is just the fact that I was expecting this to create quite a bit more byproduct than it actually does. I was more or less expecting it to make enough that I would be able to have pretty easily automated dirt, and while that it seems like it can produce some eventually, it is definitely not to the point where we would actually end up with many resources. And that is fine. I don't think there's anything we can really do about that. We just have to find another potential source for dirt. One thing I cannot remember for dirt, if there is a way to craft it with the cobblestone generator. I'm gonna go ahead and check that. Definitely don't need mud. No, that is not something we need. Doesn't look like we can make it with that. That's perfectly fine. I guess one thing I will check is something like carrots. Are we able to use carrots in botany pots? We are able to. That might be a slightly better option. simply for the fact that these are just directly going to make something that is useful in creating compost. I may in fact want to do something with those in order to make extra compost. Let's see, is there a way to make golden carrots easily? That would be kind of convenient. You can get a bit with just sifting dirt, but again, this whole point is to make dirt, so that's not really useful. Let's see. What if we just go for the barrel? We check the use on that. Let's see which ones give us a good amount. Tall grass on large fern, that might be something. That is pretty good, I'll be honest. If this is giving... Ooh. That might be worth doing. That showed up on the first page. I was not expecting that, but that's 150. I believe that will be enough to make quite a bit of compost. It could be the same with the flowers, but that one also made byproducts, so unless once this goes all the way around to another vanilla plant. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Although it might be enough. Well, I can just search it up by tall flowers. With this, we would end up with 150, and for the recipe, also 1 minute, so that's not super useful. Another one it said was rice. Wild rice would result in this. Okay, honestly, I think the tall grass, if I'm just able to make that, that would probably be our best option for this. So let's go see if we can grab some tall grass really quick. I'm not sure if this is correct, but I'm pretty sure you are... Oh no, we have tall grass right there. I was gonna say we might just need a bone meal piece of grass, but it's not even necessary. All right. Oh, and I get... Oh no, that gave me short grass. I'm gonna make tall grass then. That's what I need. I thought you were able to do that. Dang. Well, how about short grass? What does that turn into? It turns into 100, that's okay. I think we'd be better off doing... Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't look like we were able to get tall grass that way, which honestly I thought you could, but I seem to be misremembering. That is fine though. Okay. Instead of that then, let's just go for whatever flowers we might be able to come up with. So we're gonna need some tall flowers. Let's see, is there any good way for us to make these at the moment? We're able to get rose bushes from sifting dirt, so we might be able to get some of those. And of course, once we get one, we're not going to have to worry about it again. Alright, let's see if I have one. Oh, I do have some already. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Then we're going to go ahead and see... We are going to need some more terracotta, which needs clay. Which I believe we already used all of our clay. I have to double check. Yep. All of our iron is finished at this point. Okay, so I think the next thing we're going to have to do, we're going to have to make some more clay and then terracotta from that, and that should get us mostly sorted. Alright, let's go ahead and grab a little bit of cobblestone. Do we need this much? Probably not. Let's do that. And that should be more than fine. So we can go ahead and start converting it first into gravel, then we can convert it into sand, and finally into some dust, which we are hopefully going to be able to use. To make some clay once I grab a bucket and can start filling this up. Okay. Let's make sure this is even. Oh, I got a decent bit of place. Let's go ahead and start smelting that. We are running very low on coal. I mean, I'm pretty sure we have some extra over here we can use. Yeah, there we go. Throw that in there really quick, just to make sure we don't run out. And let's keep going. There. We got all the clay we wanted. Start working on this chest. Okay. The question is more or less how much we want to make. I think this should be fine. Because it should just... Let's see, what's it take to make it? We need a botany pot. Oh, right, we need to make some of these. There we go. And do that. And let's go ahead and grab our iron along with... we don't have chests, but we do have some logs. Let's see if these will work. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. We're gonna get 4 more of these. We're gonna need a little bit more dirt. Okay, and then with this, I should be able to start working. I do want to grab a little bit more spruce so we can make some more barrels, though. There we go. That should be completely fine. The next question is just whether we can put the botany pots directly on top, which I'm not sure about. We're gonna have to go ahead and check this. But I think we're gonna set this up a little bit differently than the other one. We'll do something like this. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. I think straight line makes the most sense in this case. Did I take enough dirt? I did take enough dirt. There we go. Let's take this, and let's see what happens. So ideally, what we should expect is for this to go directly into here, and with that, we should see it. Grab a little bit more spruce. start being made into dirt. Alright, let's just wait for this to finish growing. And if it starts working, then we'll know. Then we'll know. It looks like it does work. Nice. That fills it up by 15% each time, so that's not super fast, but it's going to slowly make us extra dirt just over time, which I do appreciate. So I'd call that a success. We definitely need to work on it a bit more, but for now, that is functional. But I do think we're going to need to put some more work into getting some dirt made right now. Unfortunately, we are still pretty low. What we can do is use some of these extra fluffy seeds. We have quite a few of. As long as I can double check. Yes, these are compostable. Means we can put the extras right into there and we should be fine. But there's also definitely another option is we can simply just, you know, harvest whatever extra crops we happen to be using. Make sure this one I'm not close. Good to know. I can just do that. And for that, I think our best shots would probably be something like potatoes. Something that gives multiple. Just because that seems like it'd be quite a bit more efficient than something like fluffy seeds. Anyways, that is making us some extra dirt, which is very nice. Now I think we just more or less wait for our stuff to continue working. With that, there's quite a few things we still need to do. Let me take a look. Let me take a look at what is essential at the moment. Okay, so let's take a look at the quests, because I feel like that's going to give us a good sense of what we have left that is important to work on. Let's see, we've got just a various mix of quests done, nothing super important. So let's go back on up to the cool parts. Well, we've already done most of the mob grinding stuff. We now have wireless power. We do need to get some more work done on generators. We also need to work on getting some sieving up and working. Out of all of these, we could also go to the nether, we could go to the end. What about what's over here in basic power? Heat generator. We could use... We don't need reactors right now. We have a little bit of energy storage. Okay. I think for the moment we honestly just might want to work a little bit more on automation. There's quite a few things we would want to make automated. First one we should do is power. Power is probably the most important out of everything we have right now that should be automated. So, it is already... Hey there, welcome in, welcome to the game. Or to the stream, I suppose. Why is there Stardew Valley music? Oh, I just want to put on some music, and this is one of the ones that came to mind. I know it's usually fun to use on streams, so... Figured that would be pretty nice to have playing. Yeah, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Let's see, is there anything extra we can do with our flint? This... We can just compress it. Let's go and compress our flint to take up a little bit less space. That'll be a little bit nicer. Okay, so we essentially are going to have to, once we get some more dirt made, well, the dirt isn't super important. Let's see, how's this going? At 90% volume. Seems to be working fine. Yeah, that's very fair. That's more or less why I wanted to play with music, because I do absolutely like Minecraft soundtrack, but when it's only playing like a quarter of the time, it's not the most convenient thing. Alright, so essentially we need to automate power. We already have it a little bit automated, we need to automate it a bit more. What we might want to do, just to use up some of our power and actually help us to get that working quicker, is we should automate a little bit of clay, I think. That would probably be very helpful. So let's go ahead and find that block generator. Is this the correct thing? I believe this is the thing. Let me double check that that's the right cobblestone generator, because I know there are... It's the right thing. There's a couple different ones. Okay, so what are we missing? We're gonna need a couple of buckets. No, let's make a couple extra buckets just for convenience. Let's go ahead and grab some extra lava. We need some extra water too, and with that, we should have enough to make this and then this. Alright, so that's second tier of cobblestone generator. That should be fine. And with that, we are going to be able to actually get this working. Okay. Oh, that's actually an issue I only just thought about, is that this entire platform is made out of wood. I was thinking about putting it over here, but when I need to actually physically place down the lava, I don't think that is the smartest idea, I'll be entirely honest. I don't think that is going to be great. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's another good option, but I'll go ahead and check. I think it will more or less just be down to placing this in a spot where it's not going to burn anything. Okay. That is unfortunate. Let's go ahead and check how this is doing. Our items are almost full. Not quite. We do have quite a few ender pearls, which is very nice. About that. So let's switch out some of this armor to other better stuff we have. Slightly better. Alright, do we have any better helmets or boots? What do I have? I'm torched. I think that's all good. Anyways, we could just place it over here, but again, this is made out of wood, so there's a possibility of things burning. We might just need to make a new island at the moment, which I don't exactly want to do that right now. Yeah, but that is fine. I would have to do it eventually anyways. Alright. You have dirt automated now, but I still feel like we just have so little. We really do. Alright, let's go ahead and build out this way, I believe. This should hopefully be nice. I think something about this far out should be perfectly fine. Will it? Yeah, that should be okay. Now I just need to figure out what blocks we want to make it out of. I think we're going to do stone again. But this time we're going to do some of the mason stone. I feel like that should be a little bit nicer. Let's see what we can do with this. We've got our masonry table right over here. Pretty good viewers today. I really appreciate it, guys. It's nice to have everyone here. I do like these tiny stone bricks. Those are pretty nice. Let's take up anything else. Now, if I'm gonna do this kind of thing, I would rather it be something like this, where it has the border. This would do right. I don't know if I would want to do this one. Let's see. This one's also pretty good. Honestly, I think this one might just be best. So we're gonna do a decent bit of this. And then, I didn't need to do all of them, but we can convert back, so it's okay. And then on the outer edge, let's figure out something else that would work. Yeah, let's do some polished stone. That should be fine. Okay, like that. Now, is there any cobblestone I want to use in this? Nothing I'm a huge fan of, so we'll see what we can get done with this, and hopefully this will be fine. Let's go ahead and find a little circle generator. I can make another one of our circles. This one's got to be a decent bit bigger, I think, so let's go ahead and make this... Let's make this 25 by 25. That's going to be really big, but for lava production power stuff, I could kind of need that. Alright, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should be another center. Go ahead and build out this way as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Oh, I think I may have done an extra one in the middle. I think I did. It's gonna be... No, did I? Okay, yeah, so it's 2 1s. And then it's gonna be another 2, 2, 4. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's not too hard to make. It's 2, 1, 1. 4, and I should, yep, I'm centered back up there. That's what I want. So we're gonna do 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, nope, messed that one up somehow. What did I do wrong with this? Oh, that's what I did. Yeah, I forgot to extend this out all the way. Whoopsies. Let's see if I can get these blocks back. let's see, this is going to cut down all of these, but I also want this back, so let's do that. That worked. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. There we go. Alright, perfect. Now this one we're gonna have to go ahead and fill in. Can take quite a bit. Let's see if I can grab that. One of those wands, or I think it's different in this one, but the building tools that let you place multiple blocks. Well, it's the same thing, it's just bigger. I won't spend a diamond on that. I think it's worth it. For this kind of thing where it's just super wide. Yeah, I think that's worth doing. May end up having enough stone for this. We'll have to see. I think we might. No, I am gonna have to grab a little bit more. I can just convert this over and maybe that'll be okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's go over to this side. See if we can finish it. Nope. That's it. Okay, that's fine. Let me place down some torches really quick. And I will have to grab a little bit more stone just to get this completely filled out. So, luckily we made the stone generator, which is a little bit more convenient than having to smelt it ourselves. So, let's get going. Let's go ahead, not this. I want to craft this into more cut stone, please. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I think I like how this looks. Let's go ahead and start off with that. With grabbing some wood so I can actually do the thing I want to do. I do need to choose which wood I want to use over in this section. Let's do some birch. I think some birch would look nice for this. Then let's go ahead and grab some more tools for getting this set up. I am going to need pipes. Let's go ahead and make some more pipes. I'm also going to need some fluid pipes. I'm going to need a thing which is called a sink, which we should have the resources for once I go grab the rest of the terracotta I smelted earlier. There we go. So the sink is going to let us grab infinite water using pipes, which is really nice. Let's see. Anything else we're gonna need? I think that may be it. I am gonna need some barrels, but I got some wood for that, so that's okay. I think that's fine. I think that's more or less it. Alright, let's get working on this. So first, let's make some of these. We need some birch drawers. Then we're gonna want to make some barrels. And with that, I think that should be everything. Let's go and try this. See if we can do it. Just, let's say right here. Embed it into the floor. That's not what I want. I would like to place a block below, please. Will you let me do this? There we go. Something. Okay. So right here, with a drawer on top of it, we're gonna go ahead and put lava and water. There's actually some extra stuff we need that I completely forgot about, but I will get it figured out by going and making it right now. We are going to need some auto hammers. Let's go look. Okay, so we are going to need quite a bit of iron. For this we would need 3. We have enough to make 3 of them. Looks like it. How are we looking for glass? We make 2 crafting recipes. That's actually too many, but it's fine. And then we're gonna need some diamonds along with sticks. Make 3 hammers now. With all of that, we should have enough to make some flux hammers. Alright. And then the last thing you're gonna need are the flux points and the cables, which we do. I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough. Probably won't be, so I'll make some more. That's some cables. Let's go ahead and try and get this working. Okay. So let's take a look at what it says in the quest book about these. It will need an inventory behind the machine. The side has open. Yep. So it will need something like this, I believe. Is that correct? Using inventory on output side. So if we were to do something like this, what would it say? It's saying no. Okay, I think it's the other way around then. It would have to be something like this. There we go, that is working. So now let's go ahead and attach some power to all 3 of these. And that will give us enough, hopefully. Apparently not, though. What if I were to pipe some items into here through this? Would that make you content? There we go. Okay, so now we're getting this getting smashed. Should be getting smashed. Unfortunately, it says the inventory is full, which is strange because it shouldn't be. Okay, let's try something else. This does not seem to be working. So instead of that, let's see, what does this say? Inventory behind the machine. The side that is open or automatically output. Okay, that is gonna put some items in the machine. If I were to put it directly onto here, that would also put items directly into the machine, so I will do that. Okay, that works. And then we are going to I'm assuming this is not going to automatically output into here. Yes. Oh no, it is. Is it? Maybe. What's he going to say? Yes, it is. Cool. Okay. We got that working. So let's do that. And that will allow us to do this. Which will allow us to store our dust. Cool. That's what we want. Now the next thing we want is for there to be a sink, a barrel, and things flowing into it. So we're going to want a sink to be right here, and it will put water into it from there, and from on top of the barrel we will have this put the dirt through, and then this should end up throwing, once we get rid of all this cobblestone, it should be throwing, yes, all the clay into there. That is exactly what we want. Perfect. Now, the only thing kind of slowing us down at this point is just the work progress. We could make upgrades for these, so let's check really quick what the upgrades would cost. For the gold upgrade, that's not too expensive, it's just glass, terracotta, that kind of thing. How about the next tier? Yeah, that's a lot more expensive. And this would only upgrade it to 2, 4. No, it would upgrade it to 2 and 16. I don't think that's really super worth it. So for now, we're just gonna keep it like this. That should be perfectly fine. Now we do have some phantoms trying to murder us, unfortunately. So let's see if we can get these guys off before we go. Alright, I think I'm just gonna go to sleep. That might be mildly more convenient. Mildly. Am I too quiet? Alright, let me check the stream really quick. Let me check. Am I too quiet? Alright, let me check the stream really quick. I'm a little bit quieter than the game. Let's turn it down like a tiny bit, but it doesn't sound too bad to me. I'm barely. That honestly might just be a personal issue. Not better than the game. Let's turn it down like a. Yeah, this. I think this is unfortunately your problem. Looking at my microphone level, I am at about. I'm in the yellow in terms of decibels, so. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's me though. Alright. Okay, fair enough. Anyways, we should now have our clay completely automated, which is nice. For now, let's not go for the upgrade just because that's going to be too much work. But this does mean we're able to use our clay to make quite a few bits of porcelain. Let me look at this really quick, because a couple of things actually. Let me look at this. This isn't a big issue, so it doesn't matter if it ends up saying this is not efficient, but if we were to put lava on both sides and put netherrack underneath, then we'll be able to make netherrack, which actually does produce more lava than cobblestone. I think we have the stuff to do that, so we may as well, but usually it is the melt rate that causes slowdown for this kind of thing, rather than that. So, what are our options? I think it might be best to make these superheating elements. These are pretty convenient. Looks like the only thing is we're going to need to make some more steel. Let's take a look at what we can do to make that. There's a lot of different types of steel in this one. This looks like the simplest, just some coal with iron dust. That does not seem too bad at all. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what each of these are saying. Okay, so basic steel ingot. Yeah, this is the one that wants us to do that. It wants us to break it down into coal and iron. So that's a possibility. Dark steel. That's gonna be even more annoying to make. Let's not do that. Let's see, any others that would be worth it? I think all the rest of these are probably even worse, honestly. Okay, so that's our best option at the moment. Let's go ahead and get working on that. So, essentially, we need coal and we need iron. To convert this iron, we're going to need some more copper and some sticks. So let's go and start off with turning this into iron dust. And then if we just grab our coal, put it like that. We can do 16, that should be perfectly fine. This mod looks so complicated. It is pretty complicated. I have the benefit of having played these kinds of mod packs before, so I'm more or less okay, but yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. Essentially right now, I'm just trying to get a good source of infinite power, which isn't as hard as it sounds. I more or less just need to make a bunch of lava, and that's not too hard to make. So it's all good, it's fine. Anyways, I do need to figure out what tank I want to use. Or what fluid tank. This is the basic one. That's one that I've used downstairs. I don't know if it would be the best one. Jumbo tank. If I can put other fluids into this, this would probably be worth it. I just don't know if I am able to. It's worth trying. It's not that expensive. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and make our superheating elements really quick. We need our superheating elements, which requires these. We're going to make 4 of them. Perfect. Now let's see if we can grab some bone meal, which we have quite a bit of. And we need enough to make 4 crucibles, and we have enough clay. That should be pretty easy to do. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Is that too many? Nope. Well, I can put one block of clay back, and then bring this like that. And then I can craft these into our nice unfired porcelains. And I can smelt them to turn them into actual usable things. Okay, so let's do that real quick. And I do honestly think we do have netherrack, so I think doing the automatic netherrack generation instead of cobblestone will be the better option with these superheating elements. So let's go ahead and try this. I have more sand right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and smelt this sand for some more glass. So I kind of need that. Let's see. For now I only need one, but I will also need some buckets. Let's grab a bit of water. And with that we should be able to make some more of these. Perfect. I do need to grab the netherrack from there. And then I will need to grab some more lava. Okay, let's get started on this, see how it goes. Okay, let's go like all the way, like nearly to the back here. Yeah, let's do this. And then we're gonna need to put the netherrack in the middle. Some blocks on the side. That. Let's make this. Now we've got our netherrack being generated, and we're gonna want to do superheating elements. We're gonna want to do our item pipes, and let's do this just so we can make it round robin, so it's even distribution. And then we're gonna need some fluid pipes. And we'll see if we're able to grab a good fluid tank for this. Right now, I more or less just need to find out if the mob grinding utils fluid tank works. Let's see. So that would be all the way down here. Let's check to see if it will let us pipe lava into this, because if we can, then we can make a really easy, cheap one. Alright, yeah, that works. That definitely works. Is it full? It's not full. These ones are not getting pumped out for some reason. Is it really producing so much lava that it just can't pump these out? That honestly could be it. Which would be kind of funny. Alright. So, now we have a ton more lava getting generated, and we need to make some more magmatic generators. Those aren't too expensive. But we'll see. I may need to do a bit more stuff. Let's see, how many more... If I... Oh, I'm very low on redstone, actually. Do I have any more? Okay. I think that is our next priority, then, is to make some more redstone. We are going to need some more... how should I brain? I'm going to need some more gravel products too. So let's get going and just get this done. So I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Should we start with gravel or dust? I guess dust. Which one do we need like most right now? Or are you going to snap the redstone into existence? More or less, yeah. No, basically what you do is you sieve different items. You can do gravel, sand, and dust as the basic ones. And each of those give different mixes of items. The most important ones are gravel and dust, because gravel is going to give you all of the ores, and then dust is going to give you redstone, which are basically the most important resources in most of these mods. So I'm just going to go ahead and seed those blocks to get some more. Yeah, basically. Just instead you do it like this, which is a little bit more convenient than suspicious sand. A little bit more. That does mean I just kind of have to stand here for a while. But it should be fine. We get a decent bit of redstone from this. I don't know how many magmatic generators we want to create, because we are able to compress them. Like if we get 8 of them, then we can compress them all down into one block, which is convenient. I just don't know if it's like at this point necessary. It's probably completely fine to just do like 4 normal ones or something like that. So we'll see. I think we don't need to do the gravel right away. Once we do this one, it should be fine. But pretty soon after that, we want to start automating our gravel sieving, because it's a little bit... Why don't you make it bigger to do more at once? I can make it bigger. I personally find the 3x3 to be the most convenient, just because I don't know, it's just most convenient because you're able to pick up all the items at once. You don't have to walk around and pick stuff up. It costs a lot less than a 4x4 or a 5x5, because each of these meshes cost 4 iron, and then eventually it's gonna, once we upgrade them, it's gonna be 4 diamonds and then a netherite each. So it costs a lot to do. If we want to make it bigger, this one's just the most convenient, and we're getting pretty close to automating it soon anyways, so I think it is fine. Alright. That should be fine. Let's go ahead and search up magmatic generator again. And then do need more glass, but that's fine. And then we just need furnaces, and that is also fine. Alright, let's just go grab this, a bit of stuff to make a bit more glass. There we go. It shouldn't be too long to smelt, but we'll see. Thank you for watching, by the way. We've got a decent number of views right now. We're gonna just need 6 glass, so this should just only take a second. There we go. Alright. So now with that, we do need to make a new flux point plug. We need to make a flux plug and take these because why not? And then we should have enough cables. Okay. Can you just automate everything more or less? That's for this mod pack. That's kinda the idea around it. It's not like purely automation, but that's a big bit for it. We need more fluid things. Anyways, get this plug, use my network for wireless power, and then I'm gonna need to grab my fluid thing again. But I think I should grab an upgrade for it. Here, let's try this. Okay. Is that necessary? Maybe, maybe not. Let's do it anyways. Alright, that's gonna make a bunch of energy. Should we make another? I can't remember what the item is called, but there's a, like, power box battery thing. I need to remember the name of, what is it called? It's saying one of these quests. I remember seeing it. Yeah. Energy cube, or we can also do, that's not worth it. But yeah, we can make an energy cube. We do not have the stuff to make one right now, so we'll just leave it at that. That should be fine. What does energy do? Practically everything, more or less. Yeah, you can just use it for all the different machines in the modpack, and there's a ton of those. So I was talking about automating sieving before. You can use it to make that. Like right now we're using it to break down our cobblestone into gravel, into sand, into dust, so that we're able to make infinite clay. That's the only thing we're using it for right now. We only like recently actually got power going. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff we can use it for. There's very little limits for it, so this is not more or less. Let's see how this is going. Alright, that makes sense. It's not making a ton of dirt. Honestly, I thought that strategy would end up making a lot more than it ended up doing. Okay. With that... Oh, that's still my inventory. I'm going crazy. Let's figure out what to do next. We're already almost out of iron, which means we won't have the stuff to start automating our sieving. Yeah, basically. Cobblestone generator cubed. So I think for now, I'm probably just gonna call it for tonight. We've done a decent length stream and I'm starting to get a bit of a headache, so I think that should be fine. We'll see if I'm coming back tomorrow. Might be Abu, might not be. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching. really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed this stream. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Good night. Bye.